Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our forum titled The Importance of Pedagogy in Modern Education. I'm Alia, your moderator for today. The word pedagogy might sound difficult, but it simply means the way teachers teach and how students learn. So, in today's fast changing world where technology and education keep evolving, pedagogy becomes more important than ever. To discuss this topic, we have two amazing guests with us. First, we have Miss Fatiha, a passionate primary school teacher who works with young learners every day. Welcome, Miss Fatiha.
Thank you, Alia. I'm happy to be here.
And joining her is Dr. Maisara, a university lecturer who has years of experience teaching college students and studying modern teaching methods. Welcome, Dr. Maisara.
Thank you, Alia. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to join this discussion today.
Great, so let's begin our forum. To start, can both of you explain what pedagogy means and why it is so important in today's education? Let's begin with you, Miss Fatiha.
Sure, thank you, Alia. For me, pedagogy means the arts and methods of teaching. It's not just about giving information to students, but also how we make learning fun, clear, and meaningful. In primary school, pedagogy is very important because children are still learning how to think, behave, and communicate. The way we teach them can help them love learning or make them bored. For example, when I teach English or maths, I don't just talk and expect them to listen. I use games, songs, and stories. When we learn about numbers, I use fruits or Lego blocks to help them count and see what numbers really mean. That's good pedagogy using creative ways to help students understand.
That's such a nice approach, Miss Fatiha. What about you, Dr. Maisara?
Thank you, Alia. For me, pedagogy in higher education has the same goal to help students learn effectively, but the methods are a bit different. In universities, we often use the term andragogy, which means teaching adults. So, in university, students are usually more independent. They want to understand how and what they learn connects to real life. So, my teaching methods must encourage critical thinking and discussion. For example, I often use problem-based learning, PBL. Instead of only giving lectures, I ask students to solve a real-life education problem, like how to handle students with learning difficulties, and this make them think deeper and apply what they learn in real life.
That's very interesting, Dr. Maisara. So, pedagogy helps teachers design lessons that really work for their students, either young or adult. Now, pedagogy can look very different depending on the age group. Miss Fatiha, what teaching methods work best for primary school children?
Thank you, Alia. For me, young students learn best when they are active and having fun. I use a lot of hands-on learning where students touch, move, and explore things. For example, in science class, instead of only talking about plants, I let them plant seeds and observe how they grow. Then they will draw pictures, measure heights, and share their findings. When they see it for themselves, they remember it better. I also use different styles of teaching because not every child learns the same way. Some students like to read and others prefer listening or moving around. So, I use pictures, song, and simple experiments to help all types of learners. To add, technology also helps. Even in primary school, I sometimes use educational videos or apps like Kahoot for quizzes. It keeps them excited to learn.
Wow, that sounds like a fun class to be in, Miss Fatiha. What about you, Dr. Maisara? What kind of pedagogy do you use with university students?
Thank you, Alia. In university, I focus more on student-centered learning. That means students take a more active role in their own learning. I often use blended learning, which mix traditional class lessons with online activities. For example, I post short video lectures online, and during class, we discuss and apply the ideas in the group. This method is called the flipped classroom. I also use group projects and presentation where students work together to solve problems or create new ideas. It helps them develop teamwork, creativity, and confidence.
Both of you make learning more interactive and meaningful, but in different ways according to your students' level. Teaching sounds exciting, but I'm sure it is not always easy. So let's move on to the third question. What are some challenges teachers face when trying to use modern teaching methods? Miss Fatiha?
Thank you, Alia, for the question. I think there are quite a few challenges. So, the first one is large class size. Sometimes I have more than 35 students in one class. It's hard to focus on every child and make sure everyone understands. Another problem is limited time. We have to finish many topics in a short school term. So, it's difficult to add fun activities or project all the time. Also, not all schools have enough technology. In some rural schools, there might be a poor internet or not enough computers. So, I try to be creative, for example, using printed pictures, QR codes, or simple handmade tools.
That's true. Teachers often need to be creative problem solvers. How about you, Dr. Maisara?
Thank you, Alia. I personally think in universities, the challenges are a bit different. One big challenge is student motivation. Some students don't engage in class and they just come, sit quietly, and wait for the lecture to end. Another issue is technology overload. There are so many new tools and uh, online platform that sometimes even lecturer need time that sometimes even lecturers need time to learn how to use them well. So I also face academic honesty problems. Example, with AI tools and the internet, plagiarism is more common. So I always remind my students to use technology wisely and write in their own words.
Yes, I agree with you, Doctor. There's a growing issue everywhere now. It really shows how teachers and lecturers need to keep adapting with this modern technology. Now, let's talk about how pedagogy actually helps students grow. How does good pedagogy shape students' academic and personal development? Let's start with you, Miss Fatiha.
Thank you, Alia. For me, good pedagogy can truly improve students' attitude towards learning. When they enjoy lessons, they become more curious and confident. For example, I had a very shy student named Ame. He never spoke in class. So, so I started an activity called Student Teacher of the Week. Each week, one student would explain a small topic in front of our class. When it was Amir's turn, he did it so well. Since then, he became more confident and that's how pedagogy builds confidence. And also, good pedagogy teach values and teamwork. When students work in groups, they learn how to share ideas, respect others, and solve problems together. These social skills are just as important as academic knowledge.
That's such a heartwarming example, Miss Fatiha. What about at the university level, Dr. Maisara?
Thank you, Alia. I completely agree with Fatiha. Pedagogy in university also focus on developing students' critical and creative thinking. I use case studies a lot. For example, I might give my students a case about how to help a struggling learner in a classroom. They discuss and come up with real solutions, and this can help them connect theory to a real life practice. Also, I other than that, I encourage them to think about their own thinking, what we call reflective learning. So this can build self-awareness and lifelong learning habits.
Wow, that's a really good practice, Dr. Maisara. It shows that pedagogy isn't just about knowledge, but also about helping.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Teacher Fatiha and I am your English teacher. Let me introduce myself and show you how I make learning fun, more active, and exciting. I love teaching because I believe that learning should be fun and not boring. In my class, we don't just sit and write. We sing, we play, we talk, and we use technology. When I was little, I enjoy learning with videos, games, and pictures. Now, I want to give you the same experience so that we can learn English with happiness and creativity. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite things, technology in class. Technology also helps us to make learning more fun and interactive. Have you heard about Playground or Kahoot? They are online games where we can learn English while playing the games together. Let me show you how it works. Now I'm going to show you one of the games that I use in my class. It called Playground. Ta-da! Playground is a fun learning platform where we can play and learning in the same time. You will see the question on the screen and you just need to choose the correct answer. And there's a lot of questions that you can get here. Look, it's so many questions that you can play together with your friend. Let's try it together. Ta-da! I'm currently playing the playground. If you search grammar at the top of the playground, and it will show you the result of the grammar that you can play. Look, there are so many. So I'm choosing the year 1 grammar English, the pink one, this one. Let's try it together. So this is how playground looks. So I choosing the year 1 English grammar, and you can just play it by start it right here. You can just see, learning English with technology is so much fun, right? We are learning English, but we also feel like we are playing a game. That's what I call learning through technology. It makes you feel excited, active, and ready to learn more. In my class, I want everyone to be brave to try. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes helps you to grow. So when we learn English together, we will use songs, stories, games, videos, and a lot of technology tools. You'll see that English is not difficult as it seems. It's fun, colorful, and also full of surprises. So, always come to class with a smile, a curious mind, and a big heart to learn. That's all from me. Thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you are ready to learn English with me through pedagogy, technology, and lots of fun. Remember, learning is fun when we learn together. See you in class. Bye.
Hello, my name is Nur Alia Maisara binti Zana Abidin, and I am currently serving as a lecturer in Malay language education. I am truly honored to be here today to share my thoughts and experiences related to pedagogy, which I believe forms the very heart of effective teaching and learning. Education, to me, is not merely the transmission of knowledge, but a purposeful act of shaping minds, nurturing curiosity, and building the character of future generations. Other than that, throughout my years in the field of education, I have always been inspired by the transformative power of pedagogy. It is both an art and a science, because the art of connecting with learners and the science of understanding how learning happens. As educators, our challenge is not only to deliver content but to create meaningful learning experiences that encourage critical thinking, collaboration, and self-reflection among the students. In my teaching practice, I strongly advocate for student-centered and technology-enhanced pedagogy. I believe that learning becomes more effective when students are active, involved in constructing their own knowledge. To achieve this, I offer integrate digital platforms such as Padlet and Canva into my teaching process. To achieve this, example, Padlet, for instance, serves as an excellent interactive space where students can share their reflection, post ideas, and collaborate on discussion in real time. It creates a virtual learning community that extends beyond the classroom walls, fostering engagement and peer learning. Okay, let's go for the next sharing. Okay, let me show you how I use my Canva. Canva has become invaluable. Next, I will show you how I use my Canva and what my thoughts about it. Okay, Canva has an invaluable tool for designing creative and visual engaging learning materials. I often use it for prepare digital poster, infographic, and student assignment that encourage both creativity and comprehension. Through Canva, students are not only able to express their understanding visual, but also develop digital literacy skills that are crucial in the 21st century learning environment. These tools, when we use effectively, strengthen the link between pedagogy and technology, turning abstract people into interactive, learner-driven experiences. Ultimately, I view pedagogy as a continuous journey of reflection and growth. As educators, we must constantly refine our methods, embrace innovation, and adapt to evolving needs of our learners. Teaching, after all, is not about perfection. It is about passion, purpose, and pursuit of meaningful learning. That's all from me.